My name is Charlie, and this is a story about how belief can grow into faith. When I was 7, I had my first communion. I stood bravely in my little white dress and answered the questions with the responses that had been prepared for me, and I swore to be honorable, faithful, and true. In short, a good Catholic girl. But over the next 20 years, every piece of that preconceived storyline fell away from me. I was lost, often at odds with what was taught and who I was, and scared that God could never love me as I truly was. Transgender, fierce, totally accepting, and queer. I left the church after many years of school. An all-girls high school was brutal in ways I can't explain, and wondered if there was a path for me. In that environment, my understanding of belief and faith was misplaced. I believed I was good despite what I had been told. I believed I was loved despite what I had been told. I had faith that there was better, but I didn't have faith in the church. After many years and lots of trial and error, I wound up at the doorstep of Reservoir Church in 2018. Before I entered, I met with one of their trusted pastors, and I interrogated her. Where did she stand on trans rights, on women's rights, on the fight for equity and inclusion for people of color? And as we spoke, I didn't just believe her answers. I had faith. This past year, that same woman married me and my wife, to each other, just to be clear. She stood in front of my chosen family and she told a story about sunflowers and how loving each other is the best thing we can do to honor God. In my 6 years in this church, it's never been any more complicated than that. And I know that when I fail, because I will, and I believe that it's just our human nature to do that, I have faith that I can grow, because Reservoir has loved me even when I could not. They have put shoes on my feet and food in my stomach and said 10,000 prayers and walked beside me when no one would, because there are people here who see church as a chance to live through their words, to move belief into faith.